Libra land, what's up? Hey friends, hey. How was everyone's Sunday? I hope it went well. Welcome in, welcome in. Wow, my neighbor just honked the car alarm. Yes, honk honk, notify. All right. Oh yes, people are being notified. People are entering the stream. What's up? What's up? Yay! Jen says, I got a notification. Christina laid out by the pool. Yay! That's what I wanted to do today with my daughter, but we did not get around to that. But we were very busy getting other things accomplished. What's up, Cece? Megan? Mermaid? LaMonica, that's what's up. Melissa, Native Q. That is so funny you say that, Tanya, because I watched the sunset too. Well, I didn't watch the sunset, but I did for a few moments gaze upon it during sunset. So oh my gosh, thank you so much, Latrice. Bless you, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Latrice, for that super thanks. Bless you. Always. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. 60 people, 20 thumbs up. Let's go. Two of Swords, Ace of Baskets. I just want one card. So guess what? This is going to be a fun live, something a little different. This is going to be a past life tarot spread. You're awesome, Latrice. Thank you again. John the Fisherman. This is Libra land. Beautiful, Latrice. Thank you so much, love. So much good energy. Beautiful vibes. Thank you, Latrice. Seriously, thank you. Okay. We got our card. Who were you in a past life, Libra? We got the 10 of Sticks. The 10 of Wands. You took on a lot. You accomplished a lot. You lived a long life. Actually, this past life that I'm picking up on. But see, what's interesting is this older woman has made it to the top of the hill with all the 10 wands. She's reaching out to this berry bush. These berries are said to hold some type of fountain of youth energy within them. So that's what's interesting about this 10 of Wands card. Something about the fountain of youth. Maybe, do you know what else I'm getting? Maybe you were some type of alchemist, healer. You healed with nature. herbs, berries, things of that nature. You knew what to go out and gather. You knew which berries were non-toxic. I also feel like you took on the burden a lot for the family because, you know, this person takes it all on themselves. They make it to the end. This isn't the Ten of Swords. This is the Ten of Wands. Like, this person has powered through and pushed through everything, and they have made it where she's renewed again. So, oh no, that's interesting with the Fountain of Youth berry reference. You were the shaman. You were the elder. That's what, okay, so you not only were the leader in your family in a past life, but you were the leader of a whole community, a village. You were a leader, a healer, a medicine man or a medicine woman. Truly. Oh my gosh, Latrice, beautiful. Latrice says, I know this message is for me because even though time doesn't exist, it happens. Everything happens for a reason. Always. I mean, not everything happens for a reason. There are accidents, but yes, synchronicities abound here, Latrice. That is true. Synchronicities abound, especially for us Librans. Like, I've never seen a more spiritually in tune channel, and I'm not gassing myself up because it's us. It's you guys just as much as it is me. Like, thank you so much for all the love, Latrice. Bless you, beautiful. Oh, someone's angry because they need love. Peace be with you. We got him, Jen. Hi, Ty. Hi. Ty. Hi. Soy. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's keep going. Bottom of the deck, this is interesting. The Father of Knives. So my divine masculines. I mean, we could have been, you know, not every life. You could have been a man. If you're a woman in this life, you could have been a man in your past life. It's possible. I feel really closely tied to being a female, though. So I feel like I've had many past lives as a female, and I feel like my most recent past life was a female. But that being said, Father of Knives here, my masculine Librans. This is interesting because this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person is like, heard a lawyer. You could have been some type of lawyer. Wow. Some of you guys were involved in like local politics. I've never read that with the Father of Knives, but that's what I'm picking up on. Social justice. That's what I'm picking up on. Social justice. Interesting. Never read that before with the Father of Knives, but that's who some of you were, masculines. You could have also, what are they called? The watch, like you were a craftsman. You made watches, clocks. You see all the clocks in the circle? I heard timepiece. You could have constructed those pocket watches. Does he have a pocket watch? I don't think so, but that's what I'm getting. He doesn't have a pocket watch or a watch on his arm. But that's what I'm picking up on. Heck, some of you could have invented it. Some of you could have been the ones, the man to invent the wearing a watch on your arm. Somebody did. I mean, somebody thought about putting a freaking clock on their wrist. Somebody came up with that idea first. And maybe it was whoever I'm reading for. This is so random. I've never been channeled this before, ever. I've been reading cards for 6 years now on YouTube. Never been channeled that. Interesting. Let's keep going. Somebody's like, you know what? We need to make these clocks mobile. We're just gonna make them put a little mini clock onto a band and put it around our wrist and call it a wristwatch. Like literally, like whoever thought of that? So smart. Could have been you in a past life. What did you do? Libra, what did you do in this past life? What's up, Keith? Hi, Barbara. What did you do, Libra? The Ace of Wands. With the Seven of Baskets. Okay, the Seven of Baskets shows somebody taking a spiritual bath. So again, some of you knew what to give to people to help heal them. Okay? Physically and mentally. Spiritually. All that. The herbs, everything. With this Ace of Sticks, what did you do? You held a lot of power. Again, I just keep getting like, you know, the Ace of Wands is a masculine card and it's physical power. It's power in the physical realm. You see how it looks like it's like he got it out of the mud too. Let me look at this card. What's in the background? Oh, there's a house on a lake. big boulder. Logs. You could have made homes. You constructed log cabins. Look at that. You guys might not be able to see it, but there's a home over here in the distance, and there's a log right here, and this big wand is a huge stick. And I'm literally hearing that. Or some of you could have worked in some type of lumber job. But I'm hearing you made log homes, some of you. Or you built your own home. And this was on like by a body of water. On by a pond or a lake, a river, maybe. You lived on a body of water and you built your own freaking home in your past life. Latrice. Oh my gosh, you're blowing my mind. I appreciate you so much, Latrice. Thank you, beautiful. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you for all that love. Bless you always. Let's look in the book about this Ace of Sticks. Let's see what else it can tell me. What did you do? You held power. The person that holds the Ace of Wands has power. Like, you were seriously a powerful leader. It says a hand sticks out of a cloud, clasping a stick. Below the hand, wow, is Livonia Mound, the largest of the 10 Indian mounds in Point Coupe Parish, Louisiana. There has been a resurgence of interest since the 1980s among occultists in the dozens of Indian mounds and pyramids all over North America. But root workers have long recognized them as power centers. Whoa. Some of you guys have a past life in Louisiana. But beyond that, some of you all were Native American Indians in your past life. You were, I'm hearing, man, you knew all about these power, these ley lines, these power centers. You were a leader. You were the chief. For some of you, this is giving chief. You know how they say, like, everybody wants to be a chief, a whole, you know, not enough, too many chiefs, not enough Indians, or whatever the case. No, you were for real a boss, a chief, a leader. That's where I keep getting that political background too. Not like necessarily, you know, part of the 13 original colonies. Maybe some of you were. I mean, like, the chief of the freaking tribe. Power. Political within the Native American community, which was the entire Native Americas at some point. I mean, the entire, excuse me, Native Americas, pardon me, North Americas, the entire North Americas belonged to all these different tribes of Native Americans. So this is not far-fetched at all that I'm picking up on this. Anyway, interesting. Super interesting. Let's keep going. What challenges did you face? Well, you had to take care of the whole, you were running the whole freaking show. I'm sure that was very challenging. But let's see. What challenges did you face in this past life? The Six of Knives, and it came out in reverse. Wow, with the Seven of Sticks at the bottom. And this shows a shapeshifter who escaped captivity. He met a shaman in the swamps who turned him into having the ability to shapeshift and bless and curse those that cross his path. Again, Louisiana, it's like swamp land. With the Six of Knives in reverse. Okay, let me show you what... This is the Six of Swords. This shows someone in a boat. The challenges you faced. You couldn't run from your problems. You couldn't escape any of these challenges. You literally had to face them head on, like the Seven of Wands here. But you had powers. That's exactly what it is. Because the Six of Swords is a card of movement. And in reverse, there's no movement. You can't go. You can't flee. Okay? So that was a challenge you faced. So you had to face whatever this was head on. Somebody, wow. Look who is right behind the Seven of Sticks, the Six of Sticks. Nat Love. The greatest cowboy of all time. He escaped captivity twice and was healed back to health by the Pima tribe, the Pima Indians, but he didn't want to be held down to them either, so he escaped their captivity, even though they healed him back to health. He's like, you know, freedom. Freedom is the name of the game. Freedom had a big thing, something big to do with your past life. And I just heard Alicia Keys and Usher, my boo, Two of Cups, you and your love. It started when we were younger, you were mine, my boo. All right, let's keep going. Oh, it gets for real now. How did you perish in this past life? It's about to get real. Let's go. How did you perish? How did you leave the earth in your past life? Pop out all the way. Not just into my hand, not just sideways. Please pop out all the way. How did Libra pass away? Whoa! Really? Really? This is so wild. 9 of coins. And do you know what I'm getting? Home invasion. Some type of invasion. If it wasn't a home invasion, it was like an invasion on the community that you lived in. I just keep hearing invasion. Again, the person in the 9 of coins, she's wealthy. You were a person, no matter whether you're male, female, Native American, black, white, okay? You were a person of wealth and status. Period, point blank. You had money and you had power, Libra. I mean, I'm just reading the cards, okay? And the energies that I'm getting for this read in particular. Now, some of you, if it wasn't like a home invasion where you possibly were robbed and then, you know, perished from that, that's what I'm also picking up. We have the Judgment at the bottom. It's almost like another reader. It's almost like if you were a person, a reader told your enemy that you were going to reign supreme. You were going to conquer. You were going to win. You were going to remain on top. And then there was a plan, and that's how it went. But this shows someone getting a reading. Okay? She's receiving a reading. And she's shocked. And this is very old method of divination. Very ancient method of divination. Throwing bones. So they went to a reader. The reader threw bones. Gave your enemy a read. They were shocked. And things were set into motion. Unfortunately. You could have been famous as well. Aunt Caroline is right behind the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck. You could have been very well known for your craft, for your art. She was an excellent reader. She read playing cards. You see the playing cards on her sleeves? She read playing cards. And she also was an amazing cook. She could chef it up. You had many talents. You were very resourceful and you made it work. Right behind that, the Daughter of Knives. You could have been a medium. Period, point blank, you were somebody that people knew of and that reached out to. And you had money and power. All right. What lessons did you learn? What lessons did you learn? Cole's truth. Wow. Cole says, my wife that transitioned read playing cards. I became a medium again. Thank God. Amen. And so it is, but I'm sorry about your wife. I'm sending you my heartfelt condolences. But that's how it happens. I became a medium after the transition of my child's father. Isn't that crazy? That's how it happens. I mean, you had those previous abilities already within you, but it was crazy that it took tragedy of a loved, the transition of a loved one for those powers to be reactivated within us, like fully come online. And that's what happened with me, and I'm sure that's what happened with you as well. I understand that. Sadness is over. Yes. Good, because they don't, your wife wouldn't want you to be sad. Woo, the candle got real bright. Just like my daughter's father doesn't want me to be sad. No, they don't. They love to see us happy. Bless you, Cole. What lessons did you learn? Excuse me. What lessons did you learn? The 3 of baskets. Ooh, and the 5 of knives. This is betrayal. Family betrayal. The 3 of baskets is 3 generations. And the 5 of knives shows someone lying under oath. They're lying under oath, and they're very deceptive, and they're very sharp tongue, very cutting. And I feel like this was someone in your family in a past life with the 3 of baskets. It's generational. So someone in your family lied on you or deceived you. So you learned a thing or two about family betrayal and how to, best move through that in this life. If you've dealt with any of it in this life, you probably have to some degree. That hurts your heart, especially as a good-hearted Libran. That breaks our hearts. I mean, it says what lessons you learned. That's a tough L. That's a tough L. That's a tough lesson. For some of you, you had people in your family, they lied on you in your past life, again, because of your abilities. You were some type of powerful person, whatever you did. This is a seer, an oracle. She's awaiting the arrival of her next client. She has a crystal ball here, a mason jar, and a stack of cash. Super successful. Again, reference to your ultra success. So apparently with all that power and success is a lot of jealousy, Libra. They could have ratted you out, and they could have been like, they're a witch. They're a witch. They're the ones they're making potions of poison, right? That mason jar. They're making potions and they're poisoning others. They're a witch. And this was someone in your family. This is all entertainment purposes only. I'm reading about a past life, okay? But this is what I'm picking up on. How have you been influenced by this past life in this life? Let's see. How were you influenced by that past life? Jeez, yo. That came out quick and with a quickness, real sharp. Dang. So a lot of you have dealt with, if this isn't family, then this is just people in your community, frenemies, people that pretended to be your friend, but, you know, lied on your name. Yeah. If this isn't family, then this was just jealousy in the community or friends or coworkers. People were just very jealous of your gifts in a past life, Libra. And it's the same in this life. They're jealous again of your gifts. You may have to deal with these type of individuals, or you have had to deal with these type of individuals. This influenced you. This betrayal from a past life, from family, influenced you in this life. And it has to do with who you are, your abilities, your life path, your career, all of that. And behind that, this is crazy, the matriarch. The Sun card. You truly, like, Big Mama, I'm telling you, you were the matriarch, you were the shaman, you were the chief. And we're ending this how we began it. With the Sun, Big Mama. This is who you were. Remember the 10 of Wands. This is who you were. This is where it all started. You worked your way up from the very beginning to a position of power, luxury, authority. And you're going to do it again in this life. I think you've become all the more wiser now. I think you've had your fair share of deal with these demons. Somebody could have tried to lie under oath on you in this life. Truth comes to light, though. Oh, the truth comes to light. Always, especially with this Sun card. And somebody's passed over grandmother is like having none of it. Somebody's passed over grandmother sees all this, all your enemies, their plans. You know, people on the other side, confirmation, my neighbor's dogs started to bark, our passed over loved ones, they have access, I feel, to past, present, future energies. Just like our spirit guides know what we're thinking. They know what I'm thinking before I'm going to say it. Like I could be thinking something and a card pops out before I even ask spirit the question. So they know what I'm thinking. Legit. And it's always been that way. And I have always noticed that. Even when I was 19 years old playing with the Ouija board, forgive me, I do not recommend that. I was young and dumb, okay? But it's real. And the spirits that my friends and I spoke with in that Ouija board, they knew what we were thinking. They would communicate. My friend was having a conversation with us in the kitchen, and the Ouija board was like, yeah, ha, 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 like conversating with us, and like knew what we were going to say before we said it, what we were thinking. So it's really scary, creepy, cool. Again, I don't recommend the Ouija, but it all goes back to spirit. The dark and the light beings can have access to our thought forms, okay? So don't get on here and be like, yeah, that's because it's all demonic. Yeah, it's all demonic. And I'm like, chill. Light and dark. We live in the middle world called Earth, okay? There's light beings here. There's dark beings here. We're in the balance. We deal with both. I choose to only call in my highest dimensional guides, ancestors, loved ones. Right. So do most readers. You hear most readers start their readings off by calling in the Most High. Their Most High angels, guides, ancestors, loved ones. Only. Archangel Michael, come through. We just got to get past the place of like ignorance and, you know, not be afraid. But yeah, I don't recommend the Ouija board. Just saying. No offense to anybody that uses that, but no thank you. Well, that's the end of the past life tarot spread, you guys. I don't want to keep this live stream too long. What a read. They're always interesting. I love doing these, and my guides only give me the idea to do these past life tarot spreads ever so often. You know what I mean? Like every so often we'll do these. And tonight I was excited because I heard them say past life read. I was like, yes. Yes. I hope you all enjoyed it. Someone's grandmother. What would this grandmother like to tell Libra? What would this grandmother like to tell Libra? It's pretty wild because my grandmother, who I have on my altar, the matriarch of our family. This is the Sun card, okay, which is the card of Leo. And my grandmother was a Leo. Her birthday's coming up soon, in about a week. So I find that interesting that the grandmother Big Mama card is the sign of Leo, and my grandmother was a Leo. Anyway, they want you to take a spiritual bath. They want you to cleanse yourself. Whoa, do you see how bright the candle got? Yeah. Seven of Cups. Seven of Baskets. Let's read. Your grandmothers who are passed over on the other side would like you to keep spiritually cleansing. They want you to definitely keep up the spiritual hygiene at this time. Ultra important. Ultra important. I'm hearing put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. What song is that? Put on a happy face. I'm picking up on a grandmother that wants you to start. You've probably already begun to feel better about yourself, Divine Femme, but I'm picking up on a grandmother who always took care of herself to the utmost, and she wants you to do that too. Like, she wants you to embody this Nine of Coins energy. Lady boss. Put your best foot forward every day. You know, get up, get dressed, get cute, even when you don't feel like it. Do it. Put your best foot forward every day. And put a smile on that face. Like, I don't know. They like when you're happy. I'm telling you, our ancestors and loved ones like to see us happy. They don't want to see us, you know, mad face and scrunched up and angry and like, what? When I'm an ancestor and I check in on my loved ones here on Earth, I'm not going to want to see them all scrunched up, mad, angry. I'm going to be like, what's the deal? Okay, here's what you need to do, all right? Put on a happy face. Put your best foot forward, even when you don't feel like it. Keep up with your spiritual baths and your spiritual hygiene, your spiritual cleanses, because those energies that pull us down and make us not want to put our best foot forward because we're so stressed. That's usually how it goes. Those are negative energies. And once you get in that spiritual bath or once you get in that shower, use a little bit of salt, a little bit of sea salt. It makes the biggest difference. It truly does. I literally just used some pink Himalayan sea salt in my little spiritual glass cup. And I'll give you a tip. I use different salts, but today I chose this pink Himalayan sea salt and I grind it up into a cup that I only use for spiritual work. I don't drink out of it. I don't at all. So I have a glass for spiritual work. I grind up the pink Himalayan salt into the bottom of the glass, just a few grinds. And I take that glass up with me into the shower. And at the end of the shower, I take the glass and I put it under the water. So I fill it up with that warm, hot water. And you do not dump it over your scalp. Do not dump it over your hair. You take it and you dump it on the back of your neck, down your body. So take it and dump it, that salt water. If you can't take it, if you don't have time to take a spiritual bath, this is how you take a spiritual shower. Take that salt water and dump it on the back of your neck down. And you will instantly feel lighter. Like it's wild, instant. I mean, I do. I can only speak for myself, but it works. So there's that. Your grandma wants you to do that though, Libra, Divine Femme especially. Anything else? My right ear's ringing. Back again. The 7 of sticks and the 9 of sticks. Your victory and your success is certain, okay? But you're still in it. But you have these special abilities that give you an advantage. You also have an ability to bless and curse those that cross your path. At this point in your journey, you have acquired enough knowledge, and I'm not telling you to do any type of hexing or cursing. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. But, you do have the power, and I would just say give it to your ancestors. Give it to your angels. Okay? That's what I would say. Because they love to fight our battles for us. And if you call upon them and if you work with them, they love to work with us. I just heard there's nothing better to do. Do you think on the other side they just eat grapes by the pool all day and all night and just for eternity? That's what it is. We just eat grapes and we hang out by the pool. No. They're still connected to their families. They're still connected to us, and they want to work with us. They want to help us fight our battles because they know it's spiritual warfare. Do you know what I saw on the TV today? It was 2 trailers beside each other, and one said wicked and one said warfare. And I was like, wow, wicked warfare. That's what we're dealing with. Spiritual, wicked. So, I'm going to read this card. Seven of Sticks. Stand your ground. Your ancestors want you to stand your ground. You have strength in adversity. Defend your beliefs. The final showdown. Protecting what's rightfully yours. And the ability to summon inner strength. Do you know what I just heard? You have the ability to summon. What I just told you to do. Summon them. Call upon them. Your most high ancestors, angels, spirit guides, and guardians. Summon them. Call upon them. You have that power. There's something about the power of the tongue, too. All right, Libra. What a read. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I should have my August calendar up. I'm done telling timings because every time I say an exact time I'm going to do something, there is an energetic interference every time. So I'm done saying exactly what time I'm going to do things. I will post it on my community board as soon as I have my calendar link active for August. You guys, I'll post it on my community board, and I'll tell you guys in the beginning of the videos that I have my calendar open for August personal reads. 15-minute reads and 30-minute reads. Super affordable. I do it that way because I know what it's like. Like, we're not all out here bawling, and we're trying to get answers and get some spiritual guidance that we can afford. So I provide that affordable spiritual guidance. And it is my honor to be able to provide that to you guys. It is an honor to read for you all personally. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart chakra, always and forever. Special shout out to my girl Latrice Starr. One more time for the one time. Like, girlfriend, you showed so much love in this live stream. Seriously, for real, for real. I love it. She says, I was a princess in my first life, and you are now. Princess, that is so funny. That's so funny. Anyways, me and my Libra, Divine Femme, we are seriously royalty. You know that, right? Empresses through and through. Princesses, empresses, royalty, divine, goddesses, inside and out. Bless you, everyone. All right? Stay balanced. Stay blessed. Peace. What the heck? Now I'm hearing, this is the song that never ends. And it goes on, my friends. Oh, they don't want me to end the live.